I had so much fun with the last podcast that I think I'm going to do another one today. Thank you for being here. I love you guys so much. And you have really legit helped me feel empowered over the last 2 years. I've had YouTube total for 3 years. I've basically spent hours and hours and hours doing just this, speaking in a podcast form. I think I'm going to get back to it. I think I forgot that I like it. I started this little group session thing. It was really fun. It was about spirituality and religion. Spirituality meets religion. It was called Spiritual Christians. That was the name of the group. And it was all spoken. It was verbal. I would meet with people all across the world, and we would talk about like just spirituality and bringing religion into it. But then I got bullied, death threats, and basically assaulted. So I stopped doing it. I deleted the app. It was a walkie-talkie app, and I just deleted it. This was a couple years ago. I basically promised my guides I wouldn't go back to that app and go back to that room that I started with my friend. We started it for the Mandela effect because I was seeing the Mandela effect change shit in my reality, especially the Bible. And so I went on that app because back then I wasn't very self-confident. I didn't really want to be out on YouTube. I didn't really want people to see me. I just wanted to be heard. But I'm actually noticing right now that I like the podcast style because I just get like so much more out. I deleted that app and I am realizing this is my favorite thing to do is talk. I was voted most likely to have a talk show in high school. So I've been a loudmouth my whole life. And this is no different. I love talking. I just love to hear myself talk. I do. People, they go, oh my God, do you ever shut up? No, I don't. And that's what I love about myself. So this podcast thing, I'm totally about it. I really think I'm going to start getting through like a lot of shadow that I'm going through right now by just speaking my truth. If you want to hear it, great. You don't want to hear it, great. I don't care. I'm just done caring. So this walkie-talkie app that I had, I got bullied and made fun of and literally was told I deserved to be burned at the stake. And I literally was told by someone that they wished they were still alive during the whatever it's called. I can't think of what it is, but he said that he wishes he could stone me to death himself. It was just a horrible thing, horrible experience going up against very much fanatical Christians. I'm not saying every Christian is like that. I'm saying religious fanatics are like that. So this man basically single-handedly scared me so much that I went into hiding. And which is a good thing. It was a blessing because that's when I started my channel. I had less opposition when I had my own channel. But yet I still had a lot of trolls come in because I'm a psychic tarot reader online and for the public. And, you know, you get hate. You get hate constantly. It could be about like what you look like. It could be about what you sound like. It could be about who you worship or who you don't worship or what, you know, you make money doing that. That's so whatever. Point is, I actually thought there'd be less oppression, and there has been. YouTube's been a lot better of a platform than that. I hadn't received that many death threats. Couple. Not as many as on that walkie-talkie app. So that walkie-talkie app, I had to learn about energetic boundaries. I had to learn that when you speak to someone vocally, like they can really attach some bullshit to your throat chakra. Okay, it can happen. And it's not bad. People don't even know that they're doing it. They don't know that they're energetically attaching themselves to you. They just know that you are of light. You have your own light, your own fuel source coming from your own inner soul, and they don't have that. So boundaries are very much crucial. Energetic boundaries are needed, guys, okay? So I actually went again into Hermitville. I became a hermit for a couple years after this happened, and I lost all thyroid function. I lost every single hormone that could help you regulate your hormones in your body. My female organs, the good ones that are meant to procreate, stopped working because my thyroid stopped working. And that is located in your throat. So my throat chakra became blocked because of all the attachments and energetic cords attached to these people in this app that I had found. And basically, once I got the death threat, that was God's way of saying, like, nope, we're done. Close it up. This is not healthy and you need to stop. So what I was doing was I was chasing the drama. I was chasing the argumentativeness. I was chasing, hey, you're a Christian, I'm a spiritualist, let's have a civilized debate. But like that never fucking happens. Ever. Like ever. Like you might have great intentions, but it like never happens. Even the most poised Christians that I would discuss topics with, we would end up with such animosity towards each other. Like even the most poised, wise, brilliant, like person, we would still have animosity. We would still kind of be at each other's throats. And I just learned like, oh my God, I said at each other's throats. That's funny. Anyway, my throat chakra was blocked. Yeah, it's like I would still fight with them. And it's like my intentions were to bring peace. Ultimately, I wanted to find other people who had seen the Mandela effect. This was way back when I first started finding really weird anomalies, like the sun had changed colors, the Bible was different, Mandela effect, the Berenstain Bears, all of it, And I wanted to find other people who had seen it too. So I went through the dark night of the soul, basically, on my own. I deleted the app. I gave the channel ownership over to my friend. Years later, my friend abandoned the channel, deleted the whole ownership thing, and basically it's gone to wolves now. Wolves in sheep clothing run that channel, and it really disappoints me, but you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. There are a lot of people over there just making it all about like religion, and not a huge fan of religion. I really don't like it. I don't like religion. That's where my stance is. That's where I stand. I think religion itself, at the foundation of religion, I think it's beautiful. It's like if Christianity hadn't gotten so dogmatic, I think that it would have been a beautiful, beautiful thing. I mean, it is sacrificial love. There's nothing more beautiful than that. So at the core of it all, like if you really look at the core, the story of Jesus, the story of Christ consciousness, the story of Christ, oh my God, it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. It just got really convoluted by a lot of wolves in sheep clothing, so whatever. Anyhow, I started pulling away energetically to everyone. I went in the dark night of the soul and I basically died. That's when I had my near-death experience in 2019. I had reached 415 pounds. I gained like 200 pounds in 8 years. That's like a full grown adult male. Yeah, I gained an adult male. So I was already chunky and I had gained 200 pounds. I hated my life. I was an alcoholic. I smoked weed all day, ate like like probably 3,000 or 4,000 calories in one sitting. It was bad. And it's just overwhelming to see so many people right now going through exactly what I went through years ago. Now I'm an Aries. Aries are the baby of the zodiac. We normally go through things first. That's why most Aries are leaders, because they've gone through the shit first. So I went through it, and now I'm seeing the whole world go through it right now. Like right now, everybody's waking up to like government overreach and like, oh yeah, religion is actually toxic and like people are, leading us to hell and we've been here for a while. And I think what I am saying is I am distraught at watching the world on fire right now. I'm in pain. Like I'm genuinely in pain, emotionally watching everyone in the world suffer. And I'm trying to get out of it. And I try to get out of it a lot of times by toxic positivity. And I do sometimes, guys, I'm going to be completely real. Sometimes I try to just fake it till I make it and be more positive than I really should be, because I'm trying to get out of like seeing everybody's trauma, everybody's drama, everybody's sadness. But toxic positivity is just toxic. It really is. So here I am, going to make these podcasts. And I'm going to talk about how it's bullshit. How the whole thing is bullshit. From the top down, the patriarchy, the matrix, the system, the powers that be, toxic positivity, toxic everything. It's bullshit. And I want to talk about it, and I want to talk about it boldly. And I have had several dreams in my life where I've been I've been persecuted physically for what I speak about. And I realize now I would rather be hated for the truth that I speak than to be loved for holding in all of it. So whatever, I'll let the chips fall where they may. I'm ready to ruffle feathers. I'm ready to go to war, and I don't give a flying flip anymore. I just don't. I want to be my true authentic self. And honey, I'm an Aries sun and Venus. Like, you cannot tell an Aries to sit down and shut up. And so the whole like powers that be overreach, trying to tell me to sit down and shut up, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It's cute, but it's not going to work. So here I am expressing my truth. I think that the world waking up right now it's a glorious thing. It's amazing. It's so positive. It's such an optimistic message. However, seeing that, and then at nighttime when I'm sleeping and dreaming, being brought to that, like I'm doing so much in the astral plane, clearing, transmuting, talking, discussing, healing, like energetic cord removal, dying. There's so much going on in the astral right now because it's a war in the heavens. It's a war in the astral plane, guys. Like, it's a war everywhere. And so I just keep doing all this shit in my dreams. And like, I wake up feeling like, oh God, do I have to try again today? And it's been messing up my sleeping schedule too, because I don't want to go to bed. I don't like going to sleep because I know that at sleep, what is going to happen to me? So these energetic cords, these energetic vampires, these are people who are void of any sort of light within themselves. Not because they are not made of light, but because they don't know that they are made of light. Every single person is God's child. However, not every single person knows that they are God's child. So if you're not fully consciously aware that you are pure light, pure source, you can't completely fill up your cup. You can't get enough energy. Therefore, you have to latch on to something else to survive. You have to latch on. It's leeching, it's thievery, it's theft, okay? But you have got to latch on to someone to be able to survive. And that's what a lot of energetic vampires in the form of people do. I mean, I'm not saying it's actually people. Guys, these are like low-level parasites. These are like entities. These are principalities. It's not people that are the problem. So I'm waking up and I'm seeing right now that, oh my God, the world is going through what I went through approximately 2 to 3 years ago. And I'm like, holy shit, does that mean that the world has 2 to 3 years so they get to where they see the sun again? Like, I'm just now starting to see happier days. Like, I'm just now starting to have faith and hope again. So I hope that that's not the case, and I hope it's not a 2 to 3 year war or longer. I hope not. I'm not putting that out there. I'm not putting it out there. But I am saying, like, we are at war, guys, and I think the sooner we can admit that, the sooner we can really recognize what this is. In fact, the louder I get about this right now, the more my neighbors are stirring around. And I noticed that they were quiet when I started recording, but now as I get louder and louder, the dogs upstairs are messing really loud, like they're messing with furniture or something. I don't know what they're doing. The neighbors stirring around, cooking something, like, oh my God, you'll see it. You will see it. When you get stirred up, so does the energy around you. So the point of this podcast is to tell you that, yeah, I hate to tell you this. You are a fuel source if not handled properly. There are people that they don't see with their physical eyes light, just like you don't see someone's aura. I don't see with my physical eyes people's auras. I see with my higher mind. I see with my third eye auras. And what I'm saying is people see that too. They just don't know that they see it. They know there's something different about you. You have a lot of energy. You're really spunky. You are making people laugh. You giggle. You say hi. You hold the door open. They love what you're wearing. You're wearing bright colors. Like you're making yourself happy. You're going to attract some low-level vampiric parasites. It's going to happen. It's like, duh. It's going to happen. But the universe works in amazing ways. If you say out loud, like I am right now, I'm really telling every single dark force that is in my apartment complex, that is around me energetically in my auric field, on my YouTube channel right now, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm literally telling those vampiric parasites on my YouTube channel that things are changing. There's a changing of the guard going on right now. So in me speaking my truth vocally, upfront, loudly, I'm telling all of these things. They're not welcome because I'm acknowledging it. I'm acknowledging that it's happening. That is half the battle. That is literally more than half the battle, because once you fight, then Archangel Michael fights for you. Then you have holy archangels that come in to fight, spirit guides, ancestors, whoever it is. But you have to be the one to say, yeah, I'm going to fight. This is not fair. So I've had so many people in my dreams lately coming up to me, and people I haven't talked to in years, coming up and trying to attach themselves energetically. The other night, I met someone for 15 minutes in the real world, right? In 3D, I met them for like 15 minutes. Barely spoke a word to them. And I got pummeled so badly. Energetically, there were so many cords attached to me that when I woke up, all I saw was their face. I woke up and I could see like energy imprints. I could see like them everywhere. And that's a big sign that you're being energetically attacked by someone, is you just see their impression everywhere. You could even smell them sometimes if they have perfume. You could smell what their cologne was. You can smell an energetic. You can technically smell, especially psychically, if somebody is impressioning, trying to attach to you. Or if a spirit won't leave you alone, you could smell them all the time too. It's the same thing, but these are energetic boundaries that we're going to need to set. And so speaking it out loud, saying, I don't stand for that. I'm a sovereign being. Get the fuck away from me, is exactly what we need to do as psychic leaders. Most of you are healers here. Most of you are psychic tarot readers. So, and mediums. You need to say out loud, like, leave me alone. This is my auric field. Get the fuck out of here. You are not welcome. I'm a sovereign being. This is my space. Leave me alone. And we need to stay in that sovereignty all day. Challenging, huh? Stay there all day. It is not easy. It is not easy. I don't do it all day. I try, but it's like I have weak boundaries most of the time, but I'm starting to learn how to strengthen them and to see my auric field. I start to see the boundary around me, the actual energetic field that I have. I'm starting to envision what Archangel Michael looks like, what Archangel Gabriel looks like. I'm seeing all of these protectors in the high realms now, and it's beautiful. I actually can see them as physical orbs now. In the physical, I see them as orbs, which is great, but that's very rare. Very, 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 very rare. Have I ever only seen that like once or twice? Here's the thing. I see it energetically. And you can see this with your mind's eye. If you get good enough with your pineal gland, you decalcify your pineal gland enough, you can actually start to see these beings in a higher form. And so you'll see like an energy signature from angels as well. So you start to fight. You start to say, no, I don't stand for that. Stop energetically leeching on to me. And guess what? The universe has to abide by your wishes. And so they send beautiful divine angels or beautiful divine ancestors, ascended masters, whoever you want, whoever you call them, whatever your deity is, boom, like that. It's taken care of. But you have got to say this out loud. Like, I think that a lot of us rely so much on outward protection. Like, I know I did when I first started. I was always like, Archangel Michael, help me. Archangel Michael, help me. But Archangel Michael, after a while, is like, Jenna, help yourself. Like, I'm here always, but fucking learn how to help yourself. So that's what I'm doing. I'm learning how to help myself. And these energy vampires that are, I don't even care if it's exes from Texas. You're not welcome. You're not welcome. You are not allowed to energetically attach to me anymore across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. You are never allowed ever again to energetically attach to me. Oh, heck nah. That is your business. You do it on your own. Attach to your own soul, would you? Thank you. And you are not allowed to attach to me. And if this triggers anyone, you should probably ask yourself why. If my energetic boundaries and my self-esteem and knowing that I am beautiful and divine and a holy being of light, if I trigger you by saying out loud, you're not allowed to attach to me, you might want to really get that looked at. One thing I tell my clients is people are actually more likely to get triggered by you setting a boundary if they were abusing a boundary that didn't exist. They're going to get triggered when you say, you know what, I'm really sorry. I think I just need a break this weekend. Like, I think I just kind of like want to hang out with myself. And if you see somebody just like throw a huge red flag, honey, and say something like, oh my God, what'd I do? I didn't do anything wrong. Like, I can come with you though. I mean, I'll drive. Or fine, we don't have to hang out at my place. I'll come to your place or whatever. But you'll see the signs. The signs are they're not abiding by your boundary. You spoke clearly, concisely, and in English. I do not want to hang out this weekend. And what they heard was, challenge accepted, let's fight about this. That is a sign that someone has been taking advantage of you not having boundaries for some time. And it's totally okay. It is okay, and I'll tell you why. I think so many people fail to set boundaries in relationships until it's too late. They finally set one. Finally, it's like we finally stand up for ourselves after weeks or months or years into it. We're like, okay, finally, I want to say no. So we set the boundary and then boom, retaliation. Well, duh, they have spent years not appreciating you. They have spent years taking advantage of you having no boundaries. It's going to be a test. It's going to be a challenge. There is going to be an argument. I feel like retaliation is natural, and it's probably, I would say common. I think that it's even healthy, maybe natural. They have been trained by you for years to not have a boundary. And all of a sudden you set one, of course it's going to test them. I remember when I was a kid, my mom, she would tell me no, and I would just keep going up against her, till finally she's like, fine, Jenna, do whatever the hell you want to do. Just get out of my house. I'd be like, Mom, can I go ride my bike? And it'd be like 2:00 on a Saturday. Of course, there's no problem, right? But she'd be like, no. And so me, being the little devil monster that I was, I would say, no, I don't accept that. 7 years old. No, I don't think so, Mom. I want to ride my bike, please, Mom. 10 minutes later, I want to ride my bike, please, Mom. And I would come to her so many times that she would finally, after like the 5th or 6th time, she'd literally throw the towel in the kitchen. She'd throw the towel and be like, fine. Sure, go ride your damn bike and do not come back ever again. I know she would say something like that. But anyway, sadly for her, I came back every time. But yeah, no, I would just be like that one that knew there were no boundaries. My mom had no boundaries. And I knew she didn't. All it took was 5 or 6 pushes and I could get my way. And so that is exactly what is happening in the collective right now. You are seeing that people with boundaries that have established them for some time are doing very well for themselves. But the ones that are just learning how to set boundaries are basically at ground zero. That's exactly where people like me were a year or two ago. So when I've established energetic boundaries and I've been doing Reiki and I've been healing myself, you're going to get there. You're going to get there. I started out small and slow. I had to start somewhere. We all start somewhere. And today you started somewhere by saying, I'm sorry, John, I don't want to go to the mall this weekend with you. You started somewhere by telling your kid, no, you're not going to ride the bike today. And that is the end of the discussion. So you set a boundary. You said no. For whatever reason you said no. Expect pushback, especially when it's been long ingrained that in this relationship, it's just been an unwritten rule that John will always get his way and your kid will always get their way. There's a long established unwritten rule in your family. Okay? There's going to be pushback. It is normal. It is common. And it is to be expected. It's not their fault. It's not your fault. It's no one's fault. It just comes with the territory. You're waking up. You know that you have to start using energetic boundaries. So, perfect. You use them. And when you use them, you're going to actually see that more and more people trust and come to you, like respectably, for help. You know, maybe you're a healer too, and maybe you get like more clients this way, paid clients. You get people who respect your time, respect your energy, respect your opinion, because you have established and taught people how to treat you. Please expect the pushback. It does not mean that John is a bad guy. It does not mean that your kid should be punished. It literally just means they are testing to make sure that you're serious. Because if it's been decades and somebody took advantage of you not having boundaries for decades, it's going to be hard for them to know if you're serious unless they test you. I'm just concerned that that means for the next 2 or 3 years, the system will be testing us at every turn with the matrix. I don't know. But yeah, it's normal. It's common. It's something we should expect. So the energetic attachments, there are energy vampires that will flare up. Okay. You will know them by their fruits. You will know them by what they've not contributed in your family, in your friendship, in your partnership, in your whatever. You will know at work which ones these are, because as soon as you say, I'm so sorry, I actually can't do that this weekend, you'll see them look at you like, oh no, she did not. She didn't just say that. Did she? Did she say no? Brenda, did you hear her say no? Wait, Craig, come here. Did she say the no word? Did I hear no or did I hear yes? You heard no. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, she didn't. There is totally that energy out there in the world right now. And when you see something like that, honey, you better run because you're in danger, girl. And that is a sign of a manipulative emotional vampire that has been leeching on your energy for some time. So I would suggest that at this time you recognize spiritual warfare for what it is. It is not blatantly obvious. It is not something you see with your physical eyes most times. It's not a physical war we're at. It's spiritual. You're going to see people like flare up and like foam at the mouth practically when you say no. Say no anyway. I love you guys. Bye-bye.